for you today coming to the show.
Yes, absolutely, we do.
Yeah. That we have some special guests for you today coming to the show.
Yes, absolutely, we do.
Yeah, so we're going to be joined also by Pools, by ChangeGPT, by Decubate, and we have also a special guest from OGL, but I will tell you a bit later. So before we start, let me do a quick introduction about Octavia, and correct me if I'm wrong, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Octavia is basically betting hard on the fact that Web3 intelligence will be accessible through AI assistants. And you have two lines of product. One, which is like a B2B line of product with a chat moderator, AI-based, plus for the retail, other line of business, you have a Web3 assistant powered by AI that potentially could help everybody, wherever they are, to take the best decision, get the price, put trades on conditional events, and help them be much more efficient with their trading. Is that a bit of what you do?
Yeah, that's almost all of it. The only other thing that I'd say is the ability to emphasize a little bit more the conditional trades, the whole idea that you can say something like,
Perfect.
When the SEC approved the next Bitcoin ETF, buy me some Bitcoin.
Great.
Other than that, you hit all the points.
Let's see. So we're going to go through it. And before you start introducing yourself and the project, for everybody that are listening to us, you can play the NFT Wars inside the app. You all received NFTs for free. You can play. And at the end of the session, we're going to have a leaderboard. And the 5 first people are going to get prized generously offered by Octavia. So it's time to start. Luke, can you do a little bit of introduction about yourself and your background? So I don't know if I got it correct, but in the past, you already did some successful projects on Web3, and one of them was Boxed Finance. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was one of the co-founders of that. And we grew that from a fair launch project, quite literally a meme coin, through to 300,000 connected wallets and 2.7 billion in trading volume through the app. It was a DEX aggregator, yeah.
Wow, that's 300,000 users. That's quite a lot. And what was exactly Boxed Finance about?
It was really about building out tools that didn't really exist when we were starting in BSC. So this was early 2021 when charting wasn't really a thing. Like the only way to chart a token was if it managed to get listed on CoinMarketCap. Before then, you were like kind of lost. So we were building out those early tools, and it was pretty fun times.
And this project is still running, or you stopped it? Or?
So it's in kind of like a hibernation state. It's still 20x up from launch, so I'm pretty proud of that. Actually, I think it's a bit more than 20x. But yeah, that's been hibernated since, because ultimately a fair launch token is not how you build out a sustainable business.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Got it. And what is Octavia, and how did you came to actually prepare and launch Octavia?
Yeah, so at the start of last year, I was thinking like, how can we use these emerging technologies of AI to improve the user experience when it comes to crypto? Because like, there's a lot of confusion, a lot of having to stay up late, watching news, keeping up to date with the market, so as not to miss things. So I was like conceptualizing how to improve that, and that's kind of like where Octavia got born from. And then in the middle of last year, we started to see like, how can we use AI to improve things on the B2B side? And that's where like Octavia's moderation features came to fruition.
And for everybody like that are listening to, like, you're quite young, no, Luke? Like, I mean, how old are you?
I'm 28.
28. That's crazy. And you've been in the space like since a long time. I don't know if I got it correct, but
12 years.
Yeah. So is that right? Like when you were 16, you were already buying Bitcoin?
Bought half a Bitcoin for 150. I have to find the receipt somewhere. I've got a photo of it. but I bought half a Bitcoin for about $140. Yeah.
Amazing. And you're quite mature for your age. Like you've already gone like through like a successful project, because I believe that more than 300,000 users, that is the definition of like having an impact on the space, and even more at this time. And you saw like the rise of AI, in particular ChatGPT and all that, and then you decided like, okay, that's actually bringing value to people, and why not bring value with these systems to Web3 users, correct?
Yeah, exactly. And I wasn't rushing this to market or anything like that. We took our time to develop it. And that was a wise decision, because now we've got a beta product out for communities and an alpha product for the assistant. And we're pretty proud of what we have.
That's really good. So bring a bit of meat to the bone. So you have an alpha, which is also like ready for retail.
So the assistant is built into the Octavia Groups product. So the alpha is running inside of that. So retail can try it out in our Telegram group, where they can get Octavia to do research on their behalf. So Octavia will fetch information from the web, from the chain, and kind of like use that to provide a good answer. The next thing we're going to be building out is the ability to trade. And then on top of both of those things, we'll then build out the ability to automate and sort of recurse on itself and do those conditional orders.
Great. So for everybody which is listening right now, like the moderator are going to paste the link of the chats that you can actually join right now. You should join it to be actually testing and using Octavia in real time. And that's already like a live project which is already running. So like compared to a lot of projects in the past, that were raising money in order to build something, here we are speaking about projects that are already being developed and deployed for retail and also for businesses. Can you tell me a bit more about the product that you have for businesses? And
yeah,
AJ,
so
just 1 second. AJ, are you still here? AJ?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so just quick intro. AJ is from OGL. It's, I would say, like first-person shooter game. Quite incredible graphics and everything. And I brought it as a special guest also, like to be able to listen to what Octavia is and see if they will be a potential customer. So AJ, that's for you to listen. Like basically, you're building your community, and you have your Telegram chat, and you start seeing like with an inflow of users that it's not as easy to manage. And so, look, please pitch that to AJ.
Yeah, so the problem all crypto communities and crypto projects have is they need to monitor their communities both on Telegram and Discord 24/7. You can't leave it for a couple of hours and then come back and see like someone's coming and spam like random tokens and random things to shill their tokens. Basically, Octavia automatically filters out your chat based on your specifications, whether you just want to delete shilling, whether you want to delete shilling FUD, or any one of our 20 different categories that we categorize conversations into. We can, it's all configurable within our website, and basically Octavia uses AI to determine the intent of a message. So if someone comes in and says, devs are rugging, to try to stoke some fear, Octavia will automatically delete that. But if someone comes in and says, don't worry, devs won't rug, that won't get deleted. So we're really excited to continue to evolve this product and to roll it out. We've already hit 50 communities as of 2 days ago, and we're on track to hit, well, we're working with 100 more to get them all onboarded over the coming week. So the whole thing is Discord and Telegram, but we also have our API. So in-game chats can be filtered as well against abuse, like that's like directed abuse or like FUD against the project itself.
So AJ, just to summarize, did you got it?
Yeah, it sounds scut work away from the people building up the product, right? Who's got the time?
Yeah, And you guys can actually do actual work, you know?
I'm really
Yeah, please, AJ.
sorry, Kareem.
No, please.
I'd love to hear more about the potential of in-game moderation. That seems really dynamic. There might be some underlying issues there. It'd be spectacular if you could get that running.
Well, yeah, so we process every single message within about 100 milliseconds. So by sending a message to our API before you display it on screen, you can basically filter out, completely filter out abuse. Like, for example, someone saying like, F you, blah, 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 blah. We'll be able to detect that, but even detect it if they add noise to the words or try to use clever tactics to try to get around it, because that system is so clever and it's AI based.
Yeah, and I figure, you could probably have separate sections if one were so inclined. An 18+ room over here, maybe a lobby where swearing's allowed, and then you could do it per room, I'm assuming.
Yeah, because it's our API, that it's basically just let you know what the message gets classified as, and then you would build out your solution for how you want to deal with those classifications. Whereas on Telegram and Discord, you'd use our system to sort of settings.
So AJ, you're going to buy the functionality. I mean, it's very clear to have like 24/7 moderation, AI based. That makes sense. Look, in terms of pricing, there is also like a big advantage of it. Like, what is like? I'm not sure. I'll let you tell about the price because I heard some prices, but I can tell you like that having like moderator, like even if you take like agency and you're working with agency like we did in the past, if you want to have a 12 hours that costs you like around like 2.2, 2.5 per month. If you want a 24-hour, like you get a bit more expensive there. And how much is the cost, like the Octavia for example, for OGL if they become customer?
So as you mentioned, real moderation by humans costs $2 a month, maybe $1,000 if you're really trying to be skint and get like really cheap moderation 24/7. $2 a month, starting at some more advanced features will increase that price.
50?
$50
$50 a month.
Yep. We want to be a mass market appeal. We want Octavia in every chat. So the goal by the end of the year is to be 100 chats. So, I mean, you can that's our conservative goal. We want to obviously scale way past that. But the base cost of Octavia is $50 a month. Things like the ability to white label the API itself will increase to about $150 a month. Things like that. Will increase the price, but the base for Octavia for every group, $50 a month.
That's really great. Like that's a lot of value for a cheap price. Like, AJ, you think you can afford that?
I think I might be able to scrape that together. $50. That's
Assistant also for retail that people can already test with actually like the chat moderation. If they join right now, the Octavia chatbot, which they should do, and you're going to launch.
Well, so I only talked about one side of moderation. The other side of moderation is answering users' questions. So we take your knowledge base, your documentation, your website, all that. We turn it into a knowledge base that Octavia can use to answer questions for your community members. To say someone comes in, asks a basic question about the contract, or maybe ask a support question about like, how do I do this specific thing? Provided it's in your documentation, Octavia can respond and give them some step-by-step information on how to do it.
Great. So that means like the onboarding like is quicker like to onboard a human and make him aware about like everything. Like you just feed him like all the information document and you let the moderation AI train module to do the rest. Huh?
Exactly.
Look, you were speaking about the TG. When is the TG happening?
So our TG is on the 20th of February, so in 4 days.
So in 4 days, we have the TGE and then token will be traded. You already know like in which exchange that's going to be? Or if you
yes, we have two exchanges. Yeah, we have two exchanges signed. So we have Gate and we have one more exchange that I'm not allowed to announce until they announce it. But that should be sorted within 2 or 3 days before TGE, obviously. So that'll get sorted and we'll be able to announce that. Okay.
And then, look, we also have today here some IDOs platform. So I think we have Elliot. Elliot, you've been also joining us, huh?
Yeah, pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Nice. So we have Elliot for Decubate. We have Jintare. Jintare, you're also here.
Yes. Hello, guys.
You're from ChainGPT 2. And we have Frank from Pools.
Hi, everyone. Happy to be here.
So we have 3 ideal platforms. So how lucky are we today? And basically, like these 3 platforms, you also have put Octavia already like on your platform. Did it already happen? Is there still some token available on your platform, or is everything is already sold out?
In regards to ChangeGPT, Pat, are you asking it for the Launchpad side?
Yes, exactly. I want to hear like
yes.
If I'm a user and I'm listening Octavia and I like what I'm hearing, where do I get that before the launch on the exchange? That's my question.
Well, for the ChangeGPT, you're a bit too late because we sold out Octavia just in seconds, and the sale ended up today. So congrats to the team. It was really fast sale and one of our records, to be honest.
So you got sold out in seconds?
Yes.
It was 6 seconds from what we saw. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So ChangeGPT, and we're celebrating today, and then we've still got an opportunity, 2 opportunities actually. Well, 3. We've got pools with their launch on their sale on the 19th. The registrations are still open, and Decubate. I should remember these off the top of my head. That's embarrassing, but I believe that Decubate.
The 18th. So
It was the 18th. I was just trying to double check that it wasn't tomorrow.
So great.
Yeah,
so
the whitelisting is open.
So let me get sure I got it right. So on ChangeGPT, Gintare told us like sold out in seconds, but for you guys in pools and Decubate, it didn't start it yet. And the registration are open right now, but then it will be on the 18th. For both of you, is that correct? Or no, 18 and 19?
Yes, 18th and 19th. So 18th for Decubate and 19th for pools.
Cool. So we're gonna go circle around and speak about also this about your ideal platform. So Gintare, because you don't have any more token, we're gonna keep you like for afterwards, and we're gonna focus first on 18. That's pools or Decubate?
Decubate.
Decubate. So Elliot, what our listener needs to do in order to get a chance to participate on the IDO on the 18th?
Yeah, great question. So participants can just register to Decubate. They need to do KYC, verify their wallets, and then they already kickstart with a base tier, because we have right now like a campaign where we are providing a free tier. It's not going to be a lot of allocation because Octavia seems to be our most anticipated project so far in terms of whitelisted users. So that is still ongoing for the upcoming 2 days. And then on the 18th, you can start if you want to increase your allocation. That happens through staking DCB, and the more DCB you have, each DCB counts to more allocation. Right now, the base tier is actually, there's so much demand for it that it's going to be less than $5.
Wow. What is the total allocation, which is put on Decubate?
200K.
200K. And how many users, like KYC registered users, do you have?
With KYC, it's right now more than 28,000.
28,000. Okay. So guys, like if you want to get a chance, you have 2 IDO plays, Decubate and pools. We're going to ask also Frank what they need to do in order to get registered, but you can already go to Decubate and pass a KYC, and you might get an allocation, but it's not sure because there is just 200K and there is like more than 20,000 people that are already like registered. And the more DCB you have, the bigger your allocation is. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. We have guaranteed allocation for the first round for all the tiers, and then you have obviously the first come first serve. The first come first serve on Decubate is super quick. Like it also always sells out in seconds. So, but we do have 22 hours of guaranteed allocation round where people can just take their time and participate.
So you need to have your DCB and USDT ready and pass the KYC in advance to get sure to have an allocation. Just some more question about you guys. You're doing KYC and AML, which is great. Where are you located? Like are you registered somewhere in Europe, or like where are you based in worldwide?
Yeah, we are registered in the Netherlands. So we have to do AML and KYC for our participants.
It's great. It's great. Netherlands. Okay, so Elliot, you're not very far away. Like we are in Switzerland, in Zug. So yeah, definitely that's something that we're going to talk later. Frank,
Yeah, excited to be here. Excited to launch Octavia. It's one of our hottest projects coming up. Super excited to work with the team. It's not too late to participate in the pool's IDO. We have 4 tiers. And the first thing you should do is go on PancakeSwap and buy Pool X tokens. And if you go on pools.finance, all the information is there, links to our socials. It's good to get acquainted with the project and our processes, but it's pretty simple. We have a risk-free model, so the user has absolutely no risk. They can, I mean, I know that's not going to be the case for Octavia because we all love this project, but there's no risk for the end user where users can request a refund after 5 days and participating in the IDO. Obviously, that's not going to be an issue with Octavia, but we have our lowest tier is 1 token. If you stake and lock 1 token to 249, that's a lottery system. 250 to 3,500 tokens is a guaranteed allocation, and the next tier up is 3,500 to 20,000, and then over 20,000 tokens locked, you're part of our governance council, which has special deals. It has alpha, and you're part of a private community. So super excited to host Octavia. It's not too late, and looking forward to working together going forward.
Cool. Thank you so much, Frank. So, guys, if you listen to us, you can go to Decubate, and you can go also to Pools and do the necessary, like to register. Like, I believe that you're preparing a bull market. You need to have your IDO's platform ready, and not just one, but basically like the most IDO platform you are already KYC and registered, and you have the token. The most chance you have to grab like projects that are launching on IDO platform, and the same for ChainGPT. Pools, Frank from Pools, are you doing KYC also?
Yes. Yeah, the best thing to do is go on pools.finance and read up on our system, how it works. But yeah, after you lock your tokens, you should follow KYC. It is a regulatory requirement.
That's great. Where are you located also?
We're decentralized. We're all over the world. We have a decentralized team all over the world.
Okay, good to know. So you can go to Pools, and you can go to Decubate, pass your KYC, get your IDO platform ready in order to participate to the Octavia IDOs. You should also definitely do the same with ChainGPT, even if they're already sold out. People have been quicker than you. And Gintare, how ChainGPT is running? I was surprised that basically you also have a launchpad there.
Yes, so we started as AI infrastructure project in April, and then in July we have launched our own launchpad, which has been doing really good since then. We have been able to grow our users. Like currently we have almost 18,000 KYC users. So I think, having in mind that we launched in July is pretty good number. Also, all our IDOs have been very successful. We've been able to sell out them in seconds. And so far, we have a lot of projects in the pipeline as well. And Octavia is definitely, one of our best IDOs that we had so far. And also because, we have quite similar, Octavia is AI related project, and we as AI infrastructure whole ecosystem is something that we really like to support as well in the Web3 field. So yeah,
that's
about it.
That's a very good transition. So just like before we go to this transition, Frank, how many KYC users do you have on Pools?
I don't have the total numbers, but we've raised 140 projects. Our projects have about close to $1 billion in volume. So we were one of the first launch pads actually out there several years ago, and very happy to have the success that we've had with all the launches. If you go on our website, you can see all the results and launches that we have.
That's really cool, and I'm really happy that we have like 3 launch pads that are sitting together in the same room and discussing about the same project. And now that we go back to Octavia, as you just said, like Gintare, Octavia resonated with your community because you have like this AI routing, which makes sense. And I had the question, Luke, are you still with us? Look. So tell me a bit more about the tech. Like Jintare brought the topic about like the AI infrastructure. So how does it work exactly? Like, because like, let's say we're going to have Octavia deployed in most of the crypto communities and groups. Where is the model being hosted? Like, how does it work in terms of data and compliance, and how is the data being treated?
Well, currently we're hosting our model on Microsoft Azure. We're going to be moving it though, just because we need to scale up our operations, and the cost for GPU compute on Azure is quite high. Sorry to get a little bit too technical, but the way the model works is it more or less just determines, like we've given it so much data on community conversations within the crypto space that it is able to determine and it's labeled data, and it's able to determine the intent and the classification of that message based on our classifications. It uses pretty established technology for doing so, like all the advances we've had in AI over the last 2 years. We're using some base models to then train our model on top of. So it's a very efficient way for us to do it. We're on our 27th model now. 28 will be trained in about a week, but we're very happy with where we're at.
And look, what is actually like the things that the retail model can do? So you can fetch price. What are the other things that you can do right now? And I'm telling you that as a client, potential clients also, because like in our app, we are using a shit ton of AI, for many things that can go like to price predictions and all these things. And I'm really much looking forward to what you have in mind, because that could be like an integration that we could do inside our app or from your bot and your assistant, perhaps use some of our endpoints. I would definitely love to understand a bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. So currently Octavia's assistant, in addition to being able to fetch information from the knowledge base of a specific crypto project based on which group it's in, is able to fetch information from the web. So it searches the web like a human being would, kind of clicking links, looking at websites, remembering stuff, forgetting other stuff, that kind of thing. The actual process is quite interesting, but I'll save that for another time.
No, go on. You can, please.
So we designed Octavia to act like a human on the web, because humans are the best at research. Like, why would you act like anything else? So when Octavia wants to search something on the web, it quite literally uses Google. So it'll know what it wants to search. It'll type in a query that is like good for that search. So like a human would. Then it will look at the 10 results and click the first one it thinks is worth looking at. It'll read that information, and then it will sort of store and put to the side any information from that page that's kind of relevant and useful. And then it will, if it decides that it's done and it's ready to send you back a response, it's ready to write you a response, it will write you that response. But if not, it will go back to the search pages and start looking at what else it can click on and have a look at. If it's still not happy after doing that a few times, it'll actually search again. So that's why when you ask Octavia a question that's kind of open-ended, that kind of needs some research, it can take maybe 5 seconds, or it can take about 10 seconds to come back with an answer. That's because it's off doing research.
Good. The moderator right now on the chat, please, has some question about this topic that we're going to discuss right now. Look, what happens if I'm using Octavia inside Telegram and I'm also using it like in Discord and perhaps like in an Octavia app? Is it possible to keep the session for me as a user, that I don't have to re-speak with Octavia and train it 3 times?
Yeah, so Octavia will note you across every app. At the moment, we don't allow for you to set that up, but it will as soon as we release the alpha of the web app, it'll allow you to set up and connect up your Telegram and your Discord. Currently, when you talk to it, it doesn't connect those sessions together.
Now I have another question. Like, let's say we are at the moment where Octavia is ready for taking some trades for me. What will be the principle here? I will have to give some of my funds to the Octavia's custody, or Octavia will actually trigger me to make the trade and I keep custody of my funds?
So initially, we will provide the ability to use like a Binance API. But then in the future, we'll also allow for managed custody. It just depends on your level of risk, and obviously, once we're comfortable enough with our level of security, obviously every single piece of the puzzle needs to be audited and appropriately secured for transaction management, because you can't have any piece of the puzzle be insecure in any way. If they can inject, I don't know, messages to Octavia, they could send your funds away, for example. So we need to make sure that every piece of the puzzle is properly secure before we enable managed custody. But something like Binance API will be the first iteration, because all we can do with Binance API is buy and sell. So we could do that on your behalf.
Really good, really good. That's exactly the principle that we are using in our app. So we connect to the exchange, and then we let the custody of the user. So I think it's a good. I think this is the best approach. But later on, if you guys get also like a custody license, that could be also interesting to have Octavia to be able to rebalance portfolios through exchanges. Also, that would be great. And again, when is the retail modules ready for people? And also in terms of pricing, like it will work with Octavia token. Do you already have like an idea of how much Octavia token you need in order to be able to use a Web3 assistant?
So we want Octavia to be available to everyone, but how much Octavia is available to you will depend on either your monthly payment or your amount staked. So things like being able to say, whoever wins the World Cup, I want to buy their fan token, something like that. That would be more effective for someone with more Octavia staked or on a higher tier, because Octavia would be checking more often. So if you were to pay one of our higher tiers, we'd check maybe every half a second instead of every 15 seconds. Whereas somebody who's not paying for anything might only have on the free tier might only be able to check once every hour, for example. So Octavia's advanced features will be sort of rate limited based on your tier. So that's how that's one of the ways we're going to be able to separate out the business model for how we charge it.
Got it. So basically, like the more performance you want Octavia to be, the more token you need. So
exactly.
Okay. And what happened? Like, if I have Octavia, it's just like you're checking my balance on Octavia, or do I have to send you the Octavia? Or do
you'll be staking in our platform?
Staking. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. What is the total supply of Octavia right now?
The total supply is fixed. It'll be 100 million. And then that's distributed over time based on the tokenomics.
It's just 100 mil.
Yeah.
And then what is the initial circulated supply on launch, like on the 20?
Let me just bring that up so that I don't get spoiled. The initial circulated supply is quite low. It's only 8.7% of the total amount. So that's 8.7 million tokens.
8.7 million at a FDV of how much?
And a fully diluted value. So the initial market cap with the liquidity is 870,000.
170,000.
870,000 with liquidity.
800. Yeah. Okay, 870.
Yes, 870.
Yeah, it's very low. I can understand why, like, it was sold out very quickly. Till when can people buy the token on pools and on Decubate? Elliot, Frank?
Yeah, that'll be the 19th for pools.
Decubate is going to be on the 18th. So you got a whitelist for the guaranteed allocation round until the 18th. And then there's a 22-hour window to invest. And then the first come, first serve opens up. But that goes really, really quickly.
Okay, so it's pools.finance and decubate.com. Easy, guys. So if you listen to us, you know what to do in order to be able to participate to the Octavia's IDOs before the launch. And the launch is happening on the 20th. Look, let me know topics that you are passionate about and like the roadmap. After you got like Octavia being moderating most of the crypto chat with a B2B model, and you have like the Web3 assistant, what are you thinking next?
Well, we're thinking more platforms as well. We want Octavia to be everywhere where you are. So we'll have a mobile app for Octavia as well as the web app and the ability to talk on Telegram and Discord. And also getting integrations into layer ones, more tightly integrated into partner wallets, things like that. We want to be everywhere with Octavia.
Got it. Did you have a look at Apple Vision Pro?
Yeah, I did. I wasn't. It's it's a little bit early, I think. I think I will wait for version 3 before I buy it.
For version 3?
Yeah, I think version 2 still won't be far enough ahead. I think it's I think it needs a little bit more time before it's ready for everyone to jump on board.
Okay, but you can already foresee like having like a 3D transparent Octavia persona being able to reply to all of your requests, no?
Yeah, well, we already have a 3D model of Octavia, so it's not entirely inconceivable.
Good. Because me personally, when I saw like the Apple Vision, I just thought, yeah, that's it. We are here. Like spatial computing is here, and that changed everything. Like on the way we are accessing apps, data, and services. You know, like because you have direct identification with your eyes, so you can say like, okay, my Octavia API, I'm just reaching it out through my Apple Vision, and I have a subscription model that that unlock a lot of possibilities there. Like I think for me it was really like it was very quick. I didn't saw it coming as quick, but
yeah, I still think we're 3 or 4 years away until it's like mainstream. Like remember Google Glass? That was like 2012.
Yeah, that's why like they failed, and now like the new one is coming. I always say, look, they plan to sell 1 million units at $3.5K, and I'm thinking like just this total addressable market for this early adopter of Apple products are already like people that are quite interesting, like interested in technology, Web3, crypto, and definitely have also like the portfolio to be able to actually act on the crypto market. I do believe that there is something interesting there.
Yeah, absolutely. But our phones are pretty excellent. So I don't know if everyone's going to want to strap something to their head. Like grabbing a phone and looking at it's plenty good.
Yeah,
maybe I'm a little bit unconventional in my thoughts on that.
No, but I think like, look, the feeling I got like preparing like this EMA with you is like you are very organized, 8 years guy, like very organized, very operation oriented. You have an amazing team. I met Ben, which doesn't have a second. Ben
is a legend. Ben absolutely is a legend. He's like chief commercial officer, for those who are wondering.
Yes, so I do think that even the strategy that you have, like with focusing, generating revenue first, with your B2B line of business, that's brilliant. That's a lot of lessons for everybody on the Web3 space, like generating revenue instead of like building products that nobody wants to use. That's really cool. I really like that. I just wanted to know, like, is there like more than the launch that is going to be done with ChainGPT, because they are also in the AI space? Jintari, are you thinking to use more of Octavia technology? Yeah.
So they're building models that we're looking at integrating in some of our products, and we'll obviously explore having our models more integrated into their products. So I think there's a long-term partnership there.
Great. And look, do you also have the bandwidth to actually deploy like your Octavia model into gaming, like for example our partner that are here from OGL today?
Yeah, I think our moderation model is pretty adept to be able to understand the nuances regarding crypto gaming. If there are any changes, like it'd just be interesting to bring those into the main model. Like what we do is currently we have our BD team who we just hired up, and anytime there's an issue, anytime there's something that Octavia doesn't understand correctly, in terms of moderation, we get that flagged up and trained up into the new model. So we've made sure that everyone is having a great experience so far, and we're seeing fewer and fewer issues. And I don't foresee any issues with gaming, but maybe we haven't trained up specifically on gaming text. So we'd love to get some gaming text and be able to train the model to be better at that.
AG, you're gonna be the guinea pig. Yeah,
I like the sound of it. The customization ability sounds pretty good. Let's give it a go, man. Let's have a chat after this.
Yeah,
let's absolutely have a chat.
That's really cool. And also like Thank you so much, like for Gintare, Elliot, and Frank for coming today. May I ask you, like, how many projects are you bringing every week, Gintare, Elliot, Frank?
Sure. So at the beginning, we were a bit slower, but now we have, for example, next week we are planning to announce even 4 to 5 IDOs. So, it's getting very busy, and yes, and our calendars for February and March are already full. But yeah, we're planning to have like 3 to 4 IDOs per week.
3 to 4 IDO per week for ChatGPT. Frank, how much are you doing per week?
It depends on the market cycle and the quality of projects. We try to only bring in the best project. Right now, we have 11 projects in our pipeline. If you go on tools.finance / project, you'll see all our projects coming up, and they're risk-free model. So there's no risk to the end user. And we're bringing tier 1 projects, only the best type of projects at absolutely no risk to the end user.
Frank, you're saying it like the others are not doing the same. Like, I'm sure like everybody is like also checking like the best project, like, like it's one EMA, everybody together. So in the 11 projects that you just mentioned, like for how long do you need to launch, and you're not launching like the 11 projects you just mentioned in the next 2 weeks, or yes?
No, I mean, there's several coming up in the next week. The market's heating up. And by the way, we're very collaborative with other launch pads and other projects. I don't mean to be...
it sounds like it!
All right. Well, hey, I'm doing my job, right? But no, we have a very collaborative relationship. Our goal is to grow the overall pie. We don't want one slice. We want to grow the pie for everyone. But,
yes.
But anyway, it just depends on what's going on in the market and the, and what quality projects are launching. So, I mean, right now we have a MetaHorse in a day. We have Octavia in a couple of days. DChat, Weave 6 was just announced. Style, Brightpool went out. Those are all coming up in the next few weeks. When the market in the worst part of the bear market, we weren't as active because there's really no point in launching. Now things are heating up, so you'll see a lot more projects coming up.
Yeah, I can foresee that, and I like to hear from this collaboration, because at the end of the day, like exchange IDOs, like they want the project that they select to succeed, because if these projects succeed, like generally, like the user of this platform are making more money and are being happier, and that's the overall like evolvement of the ecosystem. Elliot, how many projects do you usually do?
Yeah, and by the way, I want to share the sentiment of Frank. We also have the approach of collaborative IDOs. We are planning to do some exclusive deals, but we also have very good relationships within the ecosystem, because in the end, we all want the projects to succeed, right? And create like a win-win-win situation for the investors, for the projects, for the exchanges, and for the launch pads, obviously. But for us, we have another launch pad right now, 6 that we announced. Tomorrow we're gonna disclose another one, probably a pipeline, like I lost count by now, more than 20 of them.
So you see, you know what I wanted to achieve with this question, kind of, is like, hey, look, you still here, man?
Yeah, of course.
So look, you have already a pipe of potentially, like, from ChatGPT, like 6 projects plus 11 projects on pools plus 6 more like on Decubate, Like basically, like if all these IDO projects are bringing every time like intros to these projects that are launching that all have community, like you're gonna get like your 150 community managed like in a month and a half.
Well, yeah, it's important for us to work with great partners, and that's why we've got the IDO lineup that we do have, and that's why we're taking the time to do that. Exactly your thoughts. We're trying to make sure that we partner up with good partners who have a lot of deal flow, who we can get introduced to more projects, ultimately with the goal of getting Octavia everywhere. It's great. I think that's working perfectly fine, and I think there is value for everybody, like in this call, like with your Web3 assistants and the interaction that this community are able to do. Is
is that also thinkable at some point, Luke, that you commercialize a marketing service through the Web3 assistant? Let's say I'm using the Web3 assistant and there is a new project that is coming, let's say from Decubate, an exceptional deal, that the Web3 assistant send me a push notification about it, even if I'm not Decubate aware.
I don't want to interfere with how people use the assistant. So I'm hesitant to do something like that. Like we don't want to trade against you, for example. Like we don't want to use your trading data, like your strategies, or like and sell them to other people or anything like that. We want to make sure that your chats with Octavia are free from bias. So I wouldn't naturally rise someone's specific IDO above anyone else's. But what I would do is choose partners like Decubate, like Paul's, like ChangeGPT Pad, who can provide that data to us, and then have Octavia kind of, without fear or favor, choose what it elevates to when people ask about new IDOs and things like that.
Yeah.
So more like curating, but not being discriminatory, not charging projects for that.
No, that totally makes sense. That totally makes sense. And that's great. And I think like there is a lot of revenue opportunities that you're going to have with the adoption of Octavia. I was thinking marketing, being able to subscribe some specific announcement and so on. So there is a lot that can be done here. And I think you are really addressing like a very accessible market, which is community management with artificial intelligence. That does make sense because it costs a lot of money. And it's not always well done. So I do believe it's good. And we are actually ourselves like testing the product. And yeah, there is a good chance that we deploy it too. Luke?
Yep.
You're launching on the 20th. Do you know what time it's going to be? And when are you able to announce the second exchange? You said about Gate, but you said you have a second one. Do you have any clue when you're going to be able to announce it?
I don't have a clue when I'm actually going to be announcing, because it's kind of up to them in terms of an announcement. And I just got a message from them saying they'll share later the announcement schedule with us. So, and that was 20 minutes ago. So it'll happen between now and TG. As for our actual like trading start date, that's at 1 p.m. UTC on the 20th of February.
So 20th of October, remember, Octavia is going to be launched on the exchange via the VIA token. But on the 18th and on the 19th, you have an opportunity to get your token on the 18th on Decubate. But for that, you need to be quick and pass your KYC, I will say today or tomorrow. And latest, it will have to be like on the 19th on pools.finance too. Definitely, you should also create an account on ChangeGPT Launchpad if you want to take advantage of all the projects that are going to launch there. I do believe personally that before a bull market, the more Launchpad account you have, the better it is. I remember my little bro, which is like spending his whole time like checking all the Launchpad in order to be able to have a chance to participate to this early stage project launch. So guys, no financial advice, but yes, check out Decubate, Pulse Finance, ChangeGPT, and also get ready for the launch of Octavia on the 20th. Elliot, we're gonna celebrate the victory of our NFT Wars participants. Alex, are you with us? Alex?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi.
So, do we have our winners?
We have the leaderboard. It's brewing up. Again, pretty close between the first 5. But we still have 8 minutes to go.
Great. We're gonna close slowly the stream and we're gonna get like the winners and we're gonna announce them just after. Thank you very much, Luke, also for the generous giveaway for the winners. And we're gonna follow up just after with everybody. It was really a pleasure to have you all here, AJ, Gintade, Frank, Elliot. And thank you so much, Luke, for being part of it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Pleasure, guys.
You're wrong.
Thank you.